Chris Lynn, 24 hours till the opening Big Bash game against the Sydney Thunder. The lights are on, everyone's ready.
Yeah, the lights are on. Hopefully they stay on. We've had a couple of interesting battles with the Sydney Thunder, and I'm sure Coach Shane Bond would forgive us by now, you'd like to hope. But no, look, it's very exciting times, great time of year, and look, the boys have been preparing well, and yeah, we're looking forward to bowling that first ball or whacking that first ball at the boundary.
You had that little dig on Twitter, putting your face on an Energex worker's body, obviously referring to the blackout. Has there been much back from the Thunder guys?
No, there was actually no backlash from that. I was expecting a bit more, so yeah, I'm sure we'll cop a bit out in the field or come tomorrow night, but I'm not sure what game they're trying to play there, but we're just trying to heat things up for the first game of the year. But yeah, didn't really get too much back, so I was a bit disappointed.
Is it still one of the weirdest experiences you've had on a cricket field?
Yeah, it was, because obviously, you know, I was laughing about it, and it wasn't a great look, you know, laughing and carrying on, but it was out of our control. But what I found funny is when we shook hands, the lights turned back on 6 minutes later. I was more disappointed that the pubs down the road were blacked out. So, but look, that was out of our control, and we're looking to, you know, really make amends the first thing and really put a dent in, you know, the BBL early.
Chris, a lot of the talk this week's been about the Heat and their potential to do well, and you've given it plenty of encouragement as well. Pressures there or expectations there, but you guys seem ready for it?
Yeah, a lot of feedback saying we've got our strongest squad and, you know, high expectation. But I think you look at every list, you know, throughout the tournament, they're great sides, and that's what makes the BBL so strong, and that's why international players want to come out and play in the Big Bash, because the competition is so strong. So I don't want to put too much pressure on our boys. We've played that aggressive brand of cricket, and we're going to stay that way. One thing I'm looking for is consistency. So we've obviously known to win games quite big, but to also lose games quite big. So if we can find that happy medium there and come out on the winning side, then I'll be a happy man.
What about your own form, Chris? How do you feel like you're hitting at the moment?
Yeah, I feel really good. Again, touch wood. Had a good hit out on Friday night with the trial game under lights at the Gabba, then had a couple of good hit outs at Toombul over the weekend. So yeah, personally I feel really good, and I know the batters in general are feeling really good. So good signs, but again, I don't want to put too much pressure on themselves, because you know you can tend to go back into your shell if you fail once or twice. So I want the boys to go out there, express themselves, and you know, put a show on for the fans.
Plenty of the players that turned out in the Premier, the Premier over the weekend scored runs. 100 for Renshaw, Banton, yourself, Prestwich got a few runs. Do you read much into that? I mean, no disrespect to that level, but it's obviously a little bit below the BBL.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can take plenty of positives out of it. Just getting back into your routines and mind frame of 2020. Obviously, the guys have been playing one-day cricket and Sheffield Shield cricket, so to get back in that 2020 mindset is pretty important, and there's no better way. Like, you can train as much as you want in the nets, it's not going to replicate a match. So no matter what standard, what level it is, it's very important to get out there and go through your routines. And from a bowling point of view as well, you know, the guys are pretty good batsmen in the Premier Grade comp now, and you know, for a bowler to get hit once or twice is actually a good thing in those matches, because it actually brings you back down to earth and realise that if you don't execute your skill, then you're going to go the distance.
I think Mark Stickety got a 3 for 13 and Josh Layla got 2 for not many against yesterday for Redlands. So your bowlers have still got something there. That's probably the area you guys have been probably keenest to improve or keenest to make the most of.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been criticised in the past for our bowling, but you know, we've got the highest wicket taker in BBL history in Benny Lachlan coming back, and Joshy Layla has had 2 outstanding seasons. So for us, again, it's about executing and riding that wave. At times there's going to be a guy that he doesn't have a night out, so we've got to, you know, look after them, whoever it may be, but we're going to stick together as a unit, and we're really excited. You know, we've got I feel a better balanced lineup this year, and yes, a stronger squad, but again, it just keeps coming down to execution and making sure the boys are relaxed, because it's not easy playing in front of, you know, 27,000+ at the Gabba.
Do you feel like this is the best squad the Heat have had?
Personally, yes, but you know, probably our overseas are probably the best we've ever had, but you know, I believe the overseas cancel each other out in the team, so it's going to come down to our core players, guys like Maxi Bry, Matty Renshaw, Ben Cutting, Sam Hazlitt. These guys who have been around and played enough cricket now, we've seen glimpses of them, so now I'm just hoping they just kick on. But saying that, again, I don't want to put too much pressure on them, because they are players that go out there and play with instinct, and you know, if they do that, we're going to have our man of match in our change room.
When he obviously Plenty of good banter about you and Baz being Bash brothers in the past. He's clearly not here anymore, but Banton's already been compared to him. Is he automatically a Bash brother, or is that something you got to know?
Well, there's a couple of criteria there, as you know. So obviously he's got the batting skill, but let's see if he ticks off the other two criteria. But there's a couple of candidates there. Maxie Bryan put his hand up last year, but 30s and 40s don't win you games of cricket. So I'd love to see some bigger scores out from those guys. And if we can just contribute each and every way. As I said, not everyone's going to have their day out, so it's really important to enjoy each other's success along the way. The tournament is 2 weeks shorter this year, so there are going to be highs and lows, but as long as we stay calm and don't panic, then I think we'll go okay.
How do Maxie and Tom go on the form guide, mate? That's the criteria, isn't it?
That is the criteria. I'm yet to see Tommy, so we'll have to wait till an Eagle Farm race day. So it's
There was plenty made about Tom, obviously his arrival and his form and his potential and the excitement of him in England and in the England international shirt. It seems weird to say this, but if he's on fire by the time AB arrives, you got a real pickle on your hand, and you almost maybe don't want AB to arrive. That's what I mean. It feels weird to say that.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, put it that way. We do have 4 overseas throughout the tournament, so whether or not we do go with 2 batters or 2 bowlers, whatever it may be, we'll play it by ear, but we do have that luxury to play 2 overseas batters, so that's, as I said, a good problem to have, but let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
So just on the Boxing Day Test, Martin Mesa, good debut. Do you think he's ready for that?
Oh, he's ready, more than ready. He's put some bloody good numbers over the last couple of years, and he's got the ball swinging around corners, and on a wicket that doesn't really offer too much, he could be your man for the job. But saying that, I want to back my Brisbane Heat teammate James Pattinson as well. Obviously, we know what he can do. He's performed on the international stage on a number of times, and I don't think he's played a game of cricket for a while now, so he'll be eager and he's fresh as well. So flick of the coin for those 2 blokes. So either way, Michael Neser, the Queenslander, and Jimmy Pattinson, the Brisbane Heat. So give it to the fans, see what they want.
That sounds strange that a lot of players are going to have to drop back from 4-day cricket to T20, but you're almost going the other way from T10 up to T20. Probably feels like you've got plenty of time out there.
Yeah, it's a long stint in the field, these 20 overs. I think playing that T10 tournament actually made me realise how much more time you do have. You can still soak up a couple of balls and take time to get yourself set. I firmly believe if you do try and slog from ball 1, it actually takes longer to get yourself into the innings. So hopefully you can get into that momentum and rhythm nice and early in the tournament. But again, go out there and play with freedom. For half volleys are half volleys, so we're going to try and smack that. But also give credit where credit's due with the bowling front. But yeah, it is a game of 2020. So as I said, there can be one bloke that changes the course of the game, and hopefully that guy's in our change.
Any hints on the lineup, mate? You're going to open with Max, or Tom going to open with Max?
No hints.
No hints.
No hints.